difference between alimony, spousal support, and maintenance? The answer is none. They're all the same thing. And in Washington state, we typically call it spousal support. And spousal support is determined on a number of factors, including the length of the marriage and the earning potential and the earning history of the spouses. Oftentimes, spousal support is awarded if someone has been a stay-at-home parent and they need time to get back into the workforce and to become financially independent. Spousal support is a negotiable term, and there's no formula in Washington state, so we have to negotiate all the details from how long it's going to occur, how many months is the typical discussion, and also how much is it going to be. It can be a flat amount paid every month. It could be a graduating amount. Sometimes we work out spousal support to start out as a bigger amount in the beginning, anticipating that the lower earning spouse will gradually increase their income as they go on with their career and get back into the workforce. Spousal support can be modified after it's ordered, but oftentimes we see people, when they do a settlement agreement in a divorce case, decide that they're going to make it a non-modifiable amount. And that's okay. Either one works. But if you go to a judge and have a judge decide your spousal support, it's often going to be modifiable, meaning that either spouse could come back and say there's been a substantial change in circumstances that we did not anticipate, and therefore we have to relitigate spousal support. Many times people really don't want to have to be relitigating anything when it comes to their divorce. So there are some advantages to negotiating and compromising on a spousal support award and having a non-modifiable condition when it comes to it. Getting on with your life. Alimony or spousal support is determined based on a number of factors. One of the biggest ones in Washington state is the length of the marriage. So a shorter term marriage is usually going to result in fewer years or months of spousal support being awarded. A longer term marriage, one that's say 20 to 25 years in length, might end in a lifetime maintenance or spousal support award. The other factors that go into determining spousal support are the earning history, the education of the parties, whether they took time out of the workforce to take care of the home and be homemakers or raise children, whether the health of either spouse affects their earning potential, and also their interests. Spousal support is not just about the lower earning spouse getting into a job right away and taking the first thing available. Their interests and their aptitudes are a consideration. So if they need to go back to school to get a little bit more training or get a certificate or some skills in order to work in a job, a career that they want to support themselves with, then that is going to be a factor and often totally supported by the court when it comes to a spousal support determination. Spousal support or maintenance can be modified after divorce as long as it was labeled as modifiable. You'll often see in divorces that ended in a settlement agreement, sometimes called a CR2A agreement in Washington state, as being non-modifiable. So if you agreed to spousal support being non-modifiable, you're stuck with that. Spousal support is very discretionary when it comes to what the amount will be, how long it'll be awarded, whether it'll be awarded. Every judge gets to make a discretionary determination when it comes to the spousal support or the maintenance question. And so it is an issue that is often highly litigated because we don't have a formula and we need to simply present facts and evidence on a number of factors, and the court gets to weigh all those factors in any fashion they choose. There's not a hierarchy to the factors when it comes to determining spousal support. It's a highly unpredictable question when you're entering a divorce as to how much spousal support or whether spousal support is going to be awarded. If you want help understanding alimony in Washington state, and if you're going through a divorce, give us a call at View Ridge Law.